Zarud Saif. I am an admissions advisor at ICE Pakistan. Today we are live and we are going to invite Mr. Ans Chohan, who is basically Assistant Manager Academics at ICE Pakistan, with an experience of around past 2 years. Actually, he's working with foundation year students, and he has been successfully graduated three batches for foundation year. So let's welcome Mr. Ans Chauhan. Assalamu alaikum, sir. How are you?
Walaikum assalam. I'm good. Thank you for inviting me. क्या हाल चाल है आपके?
So we are here live today from ICE Pakistan platform to understand, to ask questions about foundation year, and to know what is basically the main difference between foundation year, where foundation year takes the students to. So starting with what is all about it, what is foundation year exactly?
अच्छा, फाउंडेशन ईयर को मैं डिफाइन करूंगा दो तरह से. एक मैं उसको डिफाइन करूंगा फॉर द पीपल प्रोग्रेसिंग टू पाकिस्तानी डिग्रीज या जो पाकिस्तान में रहना चाहते हैं, एंड देन टू दोज हु वांट टू मूव अब्रॉड. सो IFI is an equivalent qualification to 12 years of education. 12 साल की education is completion of your FSC or your A levels. तो बेसिकली आप FSC करते हो, आप A levels करते हो, आप IFI करते हो, that's all the same. आपके तीनों एक ही जगह पे फॉल कर रहे होते हैं. मीनवाइल अगर मैं उनके लिए बताऊं कि जो बाहर जाना चाह रहे हैं, स्पेशली जो यूके में प्रोग्रेस करना चाह रहे हैं, सिंस दिस इज अ ब्रिटिश क्वालिफिकेशन and this leads you to international opportunities, international undergraduate opportunities. तो उनके लिए ये है कि it's a level 3 qualification, which is again your equivalent to A levels. So IFY can be done by ICE in about 9 months. 9 महीने में आप कर सकते हो. It's not an extensive degree जो आपको बहुत अर्से तक करनी पड़े. So those are the key major advantages आपके जो आपको मिलते हैं when you're doing IFY.
Okay, so if a student is done with his or her IFI, what's next for him or her?
So if a student completes his IFI, it's not unusual for a student to go into the job market because IFI is a degree जो कि it's not a local degree, right? तो बाहर के मुल्क में तो after you're completed your 12 years of education या आपकी जब ये high school खत्म होता है, you can go for jobs and more afford. That's how they afford their higher education. Meanwhile, if I talk about Pakistan, so usually bache, they progress into either bachelor's degree. The most famous progression जो बच्चे will follow कर रहे हैं after their IFI is they go for undergraduate degree from the UK or university rather than just sticking to Pakistani university.
So, in other words, a student can complete his foundation year and gets direct entry to international bachelor's?
Yes, so keep it very simple. That's IFI is a key for direct entry into the international bachelor's program.
Okay, so sir, you have an experience of in the process of graduation with 3 batches of foundation year. If I may ask, where are your students now? What they are currently doing?
Okay, so I'm gonna talk about one of my first students because, of course, he was one of my first. So Taha was one of my first students, and he wanted to pursue law. And he, as soon as he was done with his IFI, he got admission in 5 different universities, and all of them based in the UK. So he wanted to do UK law. He wanted to procure a law degree from there, not just anywhere. He wanted to go there specifically, and mashallah, he did. He got into 5 different universities, including Royal Holloway, Sussex. It was Essex. It was City College, City University, London. So he got into numerous degrees. Of course, it's up to him now what he wants to choose and what he wants to do further. Some of my students, another one of my students who wanted to pursue law, she went for a local option. She's currently doing the law degree of University of London. That's a 3-year program that gets you a law degree as well. So most of my students, they're going into undergraduates. Two of my students that one of them was from the second batch, एक जो तीसरे batch में से था, they are both studying computing now. दोनों computing के अंदर आगे जा रहे हैं, and they want to be software engineers. One of them wants to be a software engineer. The other one wants to do CS, a bachelor's in CS. So yeah.
So, sir, you mentioned law and computing. So, doing foundation, you can go towards several other subject lines, right? So, it's not associated to only one subject line. Am I correct?
So you have, I'm sorry, the voice got cut out, but as far as I understand, within one option, you just don't have to pursue law or something like that. You can go into business, you can go into computing, you can go towards the most famous ones, although um, are still most students are still, and some of them are going into psychology. Those are the most two famous ones जो आजकल मेरे students are progressing into. But again, computing is up and going. Maybe most of them are going. लेकिन it doesn't restrict you to anywhere. Our progression pathways are still open. Since we live in Pakistan, we usually think कि IFI या हम अपना वो करते हैं, undergraduate करते हैं, तो sorry undergraduate कह रहा हूँ ना, pre engineering करते हैं तो सिर्फ engineering में जाते हैं, pre medical करते हैं तो सिर्फ medical में जाते हैं. Meanwhile, if we talk about the international qualifications या बाहर की दुनिया की बात करते हैं, तो they even do home economics, workshop, they do subjects like these, and they still pursue medicine. Meanwhile, हमारे यहाँ ये हम विकसित कर लेते हैं अपने आप को.
Okay. So, if I say कि foundation year करके, I can go towards law, to computing, to business. So this is correct. Perfect. सर मुझे बताइए फाउंडेशन ईयर में एडमिशन लेने के लिए व्हाट्स द क्राइटेरिया, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ एंट्री एग्जाम्स वी नीड टू टेक
For foundation?
Yes. I should repeat my question, I believe. So I was asking कि foundation year के लिए, let's suppose, because हम universities में जाते हैं, colleges में जाते हैं, we do have very several kind of entry assessments, we do have different tests जो हमें देने होते हैं, results आते हैं, then उनकी basis पे हम admissions में apply करते हैं. So I wanted to ask कि foundation जो students मुझसे पूछते भी हैं exactly. So foundation year के अंदर admission के लिए, what kind of tests we need to get prepared for?
You don't have to take any extensive tests या entry criteria they're not that. Foundation year के लिए you have to have 10 years of education या आपका metric हुआ हो, आपका O levels हुआ हो, and even some students who have already done their second year अपना मतलब वो कर चुके हैं, FSC भी कर चुके हैं, कुछ students जो अपने A levels भी कर चुके हैं, they still come to do foundation program. That's because after doing your foundation programs, you can basically substitute a grade. For example, you're a sharp student, right? आपका metric आपसे अच्छा हो गया, FSC के अंदर you face some issues, FSC के अंदर आके आपसे, for example, COVID आ गया या इस तरह की कोई हो गया जिसकी वजह से your grades fell down, right? And you can't really follow your international pathways या जहाँ आप जानना चाह रहे थे bachelor में वो नहीं जाना. तो most students जो इस तरह के होते हैं, they come, they do our foundation program, they substitute their grades with the new grades जो आप अपने foundation program में लेते हैं. And to be honest, securing good grades in foundation year is not a difficult task. It's a assessment based qualification. Easily you can secure grades. वो लेते हैं यहाँ पे distinctions लेते हैं, then they go ahead and submit their application to the new result or the new
So you keep mentioning, A levels. So what is basically the major three differences, if I may ask? What are the major three differences between foundation year and A levels?
Achha, foundation year and A levels, if I compare them both, the most common ones that come to my mind, one would be the affordability. A levels is a 2-year program. You're paying continuous fees for two years, 2 consecutive years. Meanwhile, IFY, you can do IFY in a single year or even less than a year. तो उसके अंदर आपकी fees वगैरह those were little less. The second thing that I mentioned, of course, is the time. Right? आप एक तरफ लगा रहे हैं तो 2 साल लगा के आप कंप्लीट कर रहे हैं अपना ए लेवल्स, यहाँ पे आप 1 साल के अंदर अपना वो कंप्लीट कर रहे हैं और अपना बैचलर्स के एडमिशन भी पूरे कर रहे हैं. So those are the two differences I can tell you. The third main difference that I'm going to tell you is that personally annoys me, uh, has been annoying me in the education culture. We talk about A levels, आपको एग्जाम देने होते हैं, you go for memorizing, आपको रटे लगाने होते हैं, आपको वही रटे अपने पेपर में इंटरप्रेट करने होते हैं और फिर आपको नंबर मिलते हैं. कोई रट्टा भूल गया या एग्जाम के कुछ भूल गया, बादाम नहीं खाए, तो फिर आपका वो इश्यू हो जाता है, आपको याद नहीं रहता, आपके स्कोर्स गिर जाते हैं. Meanwhile, when you talk about IFY के अंदर आपकी क्वालिफिकेशन है completely assessment based. So you're not giving a test, you're not giving a paper. आप बैठ के पेपर के ऊपर वो प्रोड्यूस लगाएंगे. आपकी असाइनमेंट, आपका वर्कलोड आपके पास है और आप अपने वर्कलोड को किस तरह रिसीव करते हो, कितनी देर में अपनी असाइनमेंट कंप्लीट करते हो, दैट्स ऑल अप टू यू. बेसिकली आपका एक टाइम टेबल होता है जिसमें आपको असाइनमेंट दी जाती है and then अपनी बेस्ट. And the best part is you have a tutor to give you feedback. आपको वो बता रहे हैं कि आपने क्या करना है, आपको बता रहे हैं कि कहाँ पे आपकी क्या चीज़ मिस हो गई. You have to work on that. वो आप करते हो. The student and the qualification itself, it makes the qualification quite easier. Conceptual learning हो जाती है, skill based learning हो जाती है, और दूसरा ये कि आपके ग्रेड ज़्यादा आ जाते हैं, ग्रेड सिक्योर कर सकें.
Okay, so thank you so much, Sir Ans. So I'm going to conclude our conversation of today that foundation is basically a 9 months program with no exams, no entry assessments, and an opportunity to directly enroll into international bachelors, and then a skill-based setup. Thank you, my live audience today who are here to who are here and who joined us today for our live session. We will be doing more live sessions with you guys, and inshallah see you in the next episode. Thank you. Take care. Allah Hafiz.